I'm not really tilted. I'm just like, one of these runs is going to be it. What's up, Ben Drowned? How you doing? What's going on, guys? This is Jules Conroy. So the answer to the video title is yes, you can indeed beat Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 in under 20 minutes. And this is a project that I've been working on for a little while. And what you're watching right now is the final attempt I made at getting this time, this sub 20 minutes, in getting all of the goals and all of the goals with one character in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. This is something that I'd been working on last summer, and we've been kind of doing a highlight reel on this channel for some time now, showing off the progression of achieving this run. What you're also watching right now is actually the world record run for the Nintendo 64. It's not the most popular console to run the game on, but it's one that I have had fun playing, and the one that I played the most as a child. So here we go. You know, in the first run, you're watching pretty much all of the goals happening pretty much within the first run. And typically I like to kind of be in this side hangar area while there's a bunch of money laying everywhere before the 1 minute mark happens. So I'm actually a little bit behind what my usual goal is. But this level is extremely fast, especially seeing as every run's going to start with it. It's, you know, usually going to end up being the one that I'm most consistent with. So here I'm actually frustrated because I need to get more points to be able to finish 100% goals, because one of the goals there was getting 75,000 points, which I didn't have at the end of it. So I'm pissed. Look at me. You are the best in that broken thing, though. Thank you. So the next thing I have to do is I have to like add a bunch of stats, ollie and speed because we're speed running, and ollie because ollie lets me get up to places that normally I wouldn't be able to get up to. This next trick is actually harder than it looks. It's a wall kick, and I actually got it pretty much perfect there. You didn't even like really see the wall ride, but the wall ride jump is actually a great way in this run of getting very, very, very high very quickly. Still haven't done this with Adriana. I should probably do that at some point. I feel like it's a free cover. The reason why I'm doing this video also in this format rather than the way I did it with the Mario run is because I thought that this might be more interesting to watch for people who've never seen a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 speed run. So I thought maybe I would do a commentary over the final run that I did. So the first run we do on School 2 here, all I did was I had to just get the money icon because there's no really easy way to get it in any of these other runs. But this second run that we're doing here gets pretty much everything on the side of the level, as well as flipping around here, using some rails to line me up better so that I can get up and get on this roof, and then eventually grab this tape. That tape's hitbox is extremely easy, so even just grinding on that rail, the game will give the secret tape to you most of the time. So I get up here, grab some money, and then I'm going to jump over this and hope that I have enough time to do a bunch more stuff. So that includes getting this bell, grabbing this T out of Skate, which I missed. Great. This is also like a very long speedrun day for me. I was doing a lot of runs, and at this point I was pretty let down by a lot of my attempts, but I was so close. My time before this was a 2019. Having to only shave 20 seconds off my personal best was something that I felt was so close yet so far with a lot of the runs that happened. This is like this whole segment is so clutch, but it's so worth it, especially like with the loading times. All right, we can do it. It's just gonna be really tight. At this point, I'm really hoping that I can hit the rail over here, because this is the last thing I need to grind on this rail, grab the A and the last roll call rail before the timer goes up. Now the timer goes up here, but it's okay because I don't have to go back and do any of those things. Any of those things would be really, really detrimental to miss, because there are things like grind on 3 different rails, grab 5 different letters, and if I miss any of those by that countdown, I have to go back and do it again here. Now here's usually where I like to do a really big combo, and I get a bunch of points so that I can get the score here. So you'll see, definitely have enough already. 100,000, that'll give me 6 score, and then you do a kickflip, and then that level's done. So that's how quick it is to do all of those goals if you do it in this order here. But we're still gonna be red. We actually lost time on that school. I don't understand how. This is the first competition I have to get a gold medal here, and that kind of depends on, every level has a certain amount of, I don't mean to laugh, I'm literally laughing at myself here. Every level has a specific amount of points that will ensure a good score from the quote-unquote judges here. So I'm usually able to get that by just doing this combo there, which ends up being about 80,000 points. And I just move on here, and I just got first place. And all I need is first place in 2 heats to be able to clinch a gold. So on this run, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all the cash icons that I missed on that first run and also fall there, which is not on purpose. Which just goes to show that there's a lot of mistakes in this run that ended up being the greatest Nintendo 64 Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 run of all time. We're gonna jump down here, grab all the rest of the cash icons. They hide the cash icons in this level behind that tree.
Speedrun Persona 5, isn't that like a day-long run?
Here I'm also trying to get as many points as I possibly can while getting these and try to aim for about 80,000 points, which I don't have at that point.
87. All right, one more run. Put me gold. Okay, I took the risk and it paid off.
The actual amount of points that averaged out of those two ended up being enough. Now this is one of the hardest tricks in the run here, where I have to spin around and I have to do this really quick wall ride jump, which I failed right there. It's quite difficult just because of where you start. You have to kind of turn around and you have to do a wall ride jump and then get up there. So I missed it here, and I'm gonna actually just skip it.
I was so excited because I was so sure I found out the perfect strat to get that every time when I was practicing it. I never missed it. Of course, now that we're doing runs, I'm missing it all the time, but it's okay. I don't think we got it in the PB either. So
here's a great place to get a bunch of points that I'm getting here. Just doing a bunch of grinds. And then that actually lines me up right for that last hydrant. I'm going to grab these pucks here. Tokens, I guess. I always call them pucks in my mind because they look like hockey pucks.
Perfect. That was good. I'll have enough time to do the waffle stomp again.
This jump is extremely tricky and hard to grab that cash icon. So I'm actually pretty hyped that I nailed that.
Okay, S. We got Ska. Any skankers in the chat?
So this run took me about a month to be able to get down to this time. So I'm very excited to see who else might be running this, and I'm very much hoping to inspire other people to pick up this game because I had a really fun time learning this. So there I'm going to do a strategic reset, and I'm probably going to try to go for this trick again to try to grab this $50 icon, and I missed it again. So at this point, usually I would have reset the run, but it looks like I was feeling lucky, and I get it. So that's, again, a very tricky thing to get, but it saves a lot of time. But at that point, it might have actually been faster to go around this way and grab the cash icon from this way, because you could just jump off that edge and grab it, but then you'd have to come all the way back up here. This is a tricky gap because it's specifically wants you to make a certain amount of air there to get that gap, which is required for the goal. And I'm grabbing a few cash icons here, grabbing the secret tape there, and then I'm going to get another cash icon over to the left here.
So I'm so focused, I'm just like, oh, I want to get a run.
And I'm going to miss it. My God. But I'm also not really worried about points right now because I got the score on the last one.
Oh, come on.
But I am struggling to get this cash icon here. So a big part of this run and being able to do it really quickly is knowing the route, obviously, which for speedrunners know that very well. But if non-speedrunners want to learn how to do this, there's a lot of great resources to do so. The world record holder Guished has a great tutorial online that I'll link in the description if anybody else wants to learn how to do this. And if you want to watch the progression of this speedrun, you can watch the highlights reel, this will be the last video in that playlist of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 sub 20 arc.
Can you imagine someone at Venice Beach, just like some beach bum, just with a boombox that's playing this. It'd be so rad.
And if you enjoy videos like this, definitely hit the subscribe button right below. Really appreciate it. And that was actually a huge mistake. So right now we're on Venice, which is notoriously an extremely hard run For some reason, that would be an instant reset, but I think I decided because I died there and fell off and had to go to the start, I wasn't too far away and it wouldn't have been that bad. One thing that I definitely kept in mind is I wanted to be at a certain point when the timer reached 1 minute here. I'm getting a bunch of the cache icons here. I'm doing a bunch of these gaps, these VB transfers, which are very glitchy on the N64. That counts as one. You're supposed to do kind of like a ramp transfer there, but you can get it by just doing a grind there. But a lot of what makes this run quick is just going as fast as you possibly can on a specified route. Not doing really big jumps so that you hit the ground faster and you kind of keep moving, which is kind of counterintuitive to the actual mechanics of this game, where it really requires you to want you to get as much air as possible and, you know, pull off as many tricks as you can. But you'll notice whenever I can, I try not to do ollies off of ramps. So that was a really, really good series of grabs there that made up for some of the mistakes in the beginning of the run, where really, really careful angling kind of let me get some of these paint cans. You're supposed to get 5. Every level, almost every level has like a collectathon of an item that's, you know, typical to it. Now that was an ideal run where I actually ended up not having to manual and go up that ramp to grab that next one. This secret tape is actually really, really silly. You don't even need to get that much air to grab it. Again, the secret tape hitboxes are very, very generous. So now we're going to ollie over this magic bum. His name ends up being Ollie. This is another really cool way of grabbing this one. There's one right directly below.
Oh, I was too short on that one. Holy shit.
If you land on him specifically, it will actually count as ollieing him, and then you won't actually have to go back and ollie him just like I just did. So then I'm going over here, and I'm going to be jumping up on top of here to get a very tricky cache icon. Not that one. That one's pretty easy, obviously, but this one is deceivingly hard, so I do a late ollie there to try to get that one. But the biggest thing of a run like this is, since you're also timed, and since there's a bunch... Okay, so there was another bum just below, and I was able to trick the game into thinking I was just ollieing over him. And then there's another one. Now, what I usually do is I go over and I jump off because the next bum is right to my left. And now, as you can see off to the left with my segments, I actually saved a little bit of time. And that was actually a gold split, which means that was my best segment for Venice. So now we're on another competition here, and I'm going to go and try and get a gold medal here.
Yeah, the hitboxes in this game are a joke.
Yep, and you can hear me talking and, you know, talking about the hitboxes. But one of the reasons why I've always been frustrated with this run is because sometimes the hitboxes aren't very generous and sometimes they are, so they're very inconsistent. And with speedruns, you definitely want to have consistency so that you can kind of get a muscle memory for grabbing things. Now, that was an ideal run because I got the allotted amount of points and the cache icons that I needed earlier than I needed to. So now I'm going to do this second run and do this route to get a few more cache icons and hit up a combo that I know works really well for getting a lot of points. You also have to make sure that you know where all of these things are. It looks like oh no, actually, I guess I hit it. I was going to say I thought I missed the key rail. You have to grind those rails to open up some of these secret areas. And I grabbed that, and then I got really lucky and got a grind there, which really, really helped and made it so that I didn't fall.
Might have been gold skate street.
And now I'm just trying to stay calm because I just realized that I probably am green. Just green. So what green means is I am now ahead of the pace of my best at that exact segment. So I'm taking a deep breath there and then falling to my miserable death. But yeah, this is obviously a very technique heavy run, you know, because you not only have to know the route, but you actually have to be good at the video game. Imagine that. That jump is very tricky for whatever reason on the Nintendo 64, and I actually technically failed it because I do want to end up there, but I get a pretty lucky wall ride there to grab up there. Gonna miss it. So I really want that cache icon, obviously, since I just jumped at it twice. And grab that, and then I'm gonna turn here, and then I am gonna actually fall again. It's insane that this run actually ended up being the one. And I think what's cool about speedruns is you definitely see a lot of the time that the world record runs are actually runs that the runner didn't imagine could possibly even have a personal best because of the mistakes in it, but a lot of speedruns really come down to just being really fast with the routing. So I'm going to grab a bunch of cache icons to set me up for the next run, which is going to put me on a route to grab pretty much everything else in this run very quickly. But a lot of what kind of makes these runs interesting is how you do one run to kind of get a bunch of icons, pickups, collectibles, so that you can do one route where you can bang out the most possible. And these routes are, constructed mostly by the best runners of the game. And I mostly either copied some of the strats that I did or found my own strats that I thought worked better for my play style, but may or may not be the fastest way to do it.
Why didn't anybody tell me that once you become an adult, you don't enjoy anything anymore? And somebody was like, bro, that's not growing up, that's depression. That's depression, that's not aging, bruh.
And here I am talking about how depressed I am as a content creator. As content creators do, talking about how hard their lives are while they're speedrunning Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, as they do. But at this point, I'm starting to realize that this could actually be a run, because I'm seeing that since the time comes up next to the word Philadelphia, it means that I have had a run that would be done already with this segment. And I also see that I am also pretty close to being done. But this all requires precision on this last bit, and I only have 45 seconds to get all of these lip tricks off of these ramps, as well as all of these cache icons, and get the rest of the points that I need. Which actually, I do believe I actually got the 6th score on the last run. Which
music for this is exactly what I need.
I already have the points that I need. I just need to get these lip tricks on these specific lips. Something I like to do is kind of just joke around and try to make it so that I stop thinking about the run.
Guys, if you're so depressed, have you ever just tried not being sad? I mean, it's really easy. Just be happy. And on that note...
And now I'm heartbroken because that was supposed to be a lip trick, but it wasn't straight enough. There it is. That angle was straight. So now I have all of the goals, and I just realized that this run could be something. So now I'm going to buy the last stats I do in the game. I'm going to get some air, going to get some hang time, and some rail balance. You don't need the rail balance. You could get good, but I decided to opt into not getting good this run. And
another chance.
So this is the last competition. We've done all the goals in the game by now. So now we're going for all of the cache icons and getting a gold medal on this last level here. So I'm pulling it around. So this is one of the most heartbreaking jumps of the run.
We are focused.
Having to jump up and grab that rail is extremely precise, and I am now losing my mind over the fact that I just did that. Mostly because it doesn't look that hard, and to be fair, it really isn't that hard. It's just
we are focused.
Getting all of these really precise jumps.
Oh no!
And I missed that cache icon, which didn't seem possible to me at that moment because hitboxes are very, very generous or not generous depending. And then I got the second rail, which on both rails were on my first try, which felt really good. And then I got a ton of points there. So now the part of this run where we have to go through and we have to skate through these bull poops to find the last few cache icons. And I know that there is one cache icon that I left that I missed, but I'm looking at the time and I'm seeing that this could possibly be the run. So I'm starting to kind of be silent here.
It's okay.
And take a second. Focus. And I get the grind on the first try, grab the money on the first try, and I am happy. I'm a happy boy.
All right.
Grab this bull poop. And don't get the cache icon. I'm not really sure why I did that, but I did. And I ollied that and I missed it, but I think I had decided that I have to go back anyway. So I grabbed that cache icon out of the bull poop. There's 4 total here, so I actually did this slightly out of order. Grabbed that bull poop, and then I grabbed the last one. And at exactly 1904. So now all I need to do is get a bunch of points. So one last big combo, and I can finally call it done. So I do a Benihana here, and then I get some air. My favorite combo to do here is a really, really big grind here that lands me here. I end up with 100,000 points. I realize I did it. And end combo, and time is on awesome job. Or once it shows all the goals. Or all the golds, rather. And I did it. I did it. So thanks for watching. I thought I'd show you guys the run that finally did it after a month of you know, work and practice. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed watching this, or you feel like that.